This is the Frontier Doubles League, a league unlike the typical threes leagues. We are a North American 2v2 Rocket League competitive league that has a scene for players of all ranks. So, what makes us different besides the fact that we're a 2v2 league instead of the typical 3v3? Well, we offer flexible scheduling, most matches are streamed with live commentary, we're a smaller, more personable community that scrims often. We truly are the most friendly league out there. So, whether you're trying to improve your skills or just want to have some fun, you'll find a place here. To sign up today, visit fdl.gg.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Frontier Doubles League. We've got Expert League to follow up that incredible Elite League match, Coyotes versus the Hydras Akbars. Who do you have winning this one?
I mean, I'm going to sound like a bit of a homer here, but I have the Coyotes taking this in 6.
No bias? No bias towards that pick?
None at all. That's completely neutral. I would have the stats to back it up. I don't have them on hand right now, but you just got to trust me on that one. Completely unbiased, Coyotes in 6.
All right. I mean, it's the #1 seed from the Terra and the Flight conferences. The only question is, which one reigns supreme? We'll find out. It's game 1 underway, and it's already the Coyotes starting off some great pressure. Comus looks for the back post. Local cuts him off at the box. Looks to continue the play. He's got one in front of him and one behind. 50 all the way back down into the Hydras net. Coyotes looking to start something. Yeti goes for the demo. Okay, Ksen beats the last man. Has an open net, but no boost to work with. Actually doesn't get it on target. Local was a little bit too far for the shot as well. And the Coyotes, already a close scare, will keep them scoreless.
Yeah, it's been pretty frantic back and forth so far, and just feeling each other out right now. Oh, wow, look at that one.
Feeling each other out? Well, if that's how Ksen feels out the other team, then I don't want to see what happens when he gets warmed up. Because what an angle. He goes from front post to back post and slots it in. Incredibly well executed play by Ksen. A minute into the game, and the Hydras open up the scoring. One of the two Hydras teams to be in the playoffs, or in the grand finals for this season, looks to get their GM2 titles. We'll have to see if they can live up to that expectation. Ksen throws another one on net. It hits the bar down. He's warming up.
Yeah, he really is. That's one hell of a shot to take. Able to sneak that one in, kissed it off the crossbar.
You know, looking at these players, Ksen is definitely that man to watch out for on the side of the Hydras. On the side of the Coyotes, I have to give it to Comus. He has looked so good in the playoffs. He has been monumental in beating, who'd they play round 1? They played the Owls in round 1 and the Eagles in round 2.
Yes, having to get through a couple bird teams.
Oh man, Comus, that is not the best clear. Local. He's got a third for his team. Only a minute 20 in. Hydras are not stopping, and Coyotes, do they start off slow here?
I mean, that's what it looks like. There's still a lot left in this game, and even then, there's still up to 6 more. Just got to find one, try to get started.
30 to go. The Coyotes still look for some decent pressure. They had the first kickoff go their way, but it's been a little lackluster ever since. Ksen tries to wrap that one around. Yeti looks for Comus in the midfield, but follows it up. It's miscommunication on the Coyotes' half. Local tries to continue it, gets a bump onto Comus as well off the recovery. Comus sends it away with some help from the back end of Ksen's car. Now Yeti tries to play around one more time. Local not able to connect off the pass. Coyotes, not the best touch to break him out of their half. It allows Hydras to keep up the pressure, and that is where they are most comfortable. Once you get them on the back end, that is where the Hydras really start to struggle.
Yeah, it just seems like if you can kind of get it into that final third that you can start getting some pressure, but the Coyotes have really yet to develop that pressure in the final third.
These are two teams that thrive putting up pressure against each other. And, well, Hydras seem to have a lot, the edge up on who can bring the better pressure. So once the Coyotes get to feel out how the Hydras play, it might be lights out for the Hydras if they can't adapt to how the Coyotes do it. Because once the Coyotes start getting started, it's every kind of shot you can imagine and more coming at your net. And Ksen's looking for a double touch flip reset. The Hydra's definitely owning this first game.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the shot totals here. They already have 11 shots to the Coyotes 1.
Oh my gosh, make it 12.
Yes.
This is about as good of a start as you can get in a Grand Finals match.
I mean, if you're the Hydras.
Okay, that's true. On the other side, Coyotes... yeah, you might need to start looking at what do we need to fix for the next game. You have 2 minutes, but right now, I don't know. The Hydras, they're just not stopped shooting. I mean, how do you break this amount of pressure? They're on track for maybe 30 shots by the end of this game, which would 100% be a record in FDL without even checking.
Yeah, this Coyotes team, they're gonna need to find a way to maintain boost when they are in that final third, to be able to get it out and try to establish some pressure, and just try to keep them off the ball like that double commit there.
Comus, he has Yeti in the midfield, but Local sniffs that one out early. 1 minute to go. Coyotes still nothing to show except for 2 shots on net. Ksen's got his 4th in game 1. And I would say that's the nail in the coffin, but I think the nail got punched in about 4 more goals ago.
Yeah, like, there's still 55 seconds. Sure, can they score 6? It's certainly not looking like it. Coyotes might just need to start thinking about game 2.
Yeah, and, you know, maybe, I don't want to say giving a little bit more respect to the offense, because I think going into this, they already knew, hey, that's a great start, Yeti. 1 goal, sure. Incredible momentum builder into the next game. Can you get 4 more? I don't want to say no, because crazy things can happen. It's Rocket League, but, you know, have to start somewhere. Kickoff. Again, Hydra's control. It's been in the half of the Coyotes from the majority of this series already. Ksen looks for a redirect, doesn't find it, takes another shot towards net. Comus denies, gets a good bounce going the other way. Local thought he had time to go for boost, and luckily Comus couldn't find it. Local just gonna walk this one in. It was over. It was over 3 goals ago, but yeah, Hydra's just making sure the Coyotes know who's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, no reason to take your foot off the gas pedal. Just keep up that momentum. Don't give the Coyotes an opportunity to figure out what's going to work, because they haven't had the time to figure that out yet.
Oh my gosh. Another one dangerous on target. Comus barely getting back to that one. Yeti manages the demo Local, but it's all over. What do the Coyotes need to do to bring themselves back in? Because this is a dangerous start for a team.
I mean, for starters, don't let up 18 shots. And don't only shoot 3 if you're going to let up 18. I mean, I've just... still credit to the Coyotes making 8 saves there. Comus with 6 of them, but just... the Hydras offense just absolutely mauled the Coyotes there. Just, they could not generate much of anything.
Yeah, you know, as far as game 1s goes, Hydras, that's the best pace setter that you could start for a series. And they won't be too upset with that. However, Comus with 6 saves, you know, despite their efforts on defense, they just couldn't keep the Hydras out. And that is, you know, the defense, I can't say was bad, but the transition game from defense to offense severely needs work done.
Yeah, I would agree that there's a lot of work needing from playing defensively to playing into that transition. And yeah, like 8 saves, but they did play great defense, but when you also let up 18 shots, some of those are going to get by, and they held up a lot better than I thought they were. They could have easily been 9 or 10 on the part of the Hydras, but it's going to be stopping that and then being able to make a quick transition.
Well, Coyotes, you gave them game 1. You let them control it. You let them think they have this one in the bag. Let's see what you can bring out in game 2. Ksen's already starting it off with more Hydras pressure. Yeti tries to transition. Local shuts him down at the midfield. Yeti, second touch, breaks him through. Ksen throws one on target. Comus has to put it back into this corner. Now Yeti looks to transition out again. Yeti has been the first man for this Coyotes team throughout the playoffs. Let's see if he can continue to do it. Local, weak one towards net. Yeti doesn't find any touch there. Managed to keep some form of possession going. Slows it down now. Ksen read that one perfectly. Local getting harassed by Yeti. Yeti finally lets off. Ksen with the redirect just wide of the post. Coyotes, they're already transitioning a lot better than they were, but not before the pressure is relieved. Ksen with the demo. Comus turned. Yeti has an open net momentarily, but doesn't find the target. Another shot just high and wide. Coyotes, much better start than they had in game 1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just on the basis that at this point they're not already down 2-0. Much better start, and even then they look a lot more solid. They're not letting the Hydras develop those opportunities to sustain pressure. And while not doing anything on the offensive side, really, at least they're getting the ball down that end of the field.
Yeti looks to break him out. It's a 2v1 play for the Coyotes. Yeti, awkward play. He cuts one. He has an open net. Sends it top corner, but Ksen was already rotating in that position. A great play, but Yeti should have probably just left that one for Comus in the end. He didn't have any boost, any angle on it after. But the Coyotes, the pressure's still mounting for them. They just need to find the goal to make up for it.
Yeah, definitely. It's just going to be finding one. They were able to find it last game, so they know they can do it.
Yeti. Oh, it's a roll-up. It's open. Comus, where's he at? He can't quite get the angle on it. Local sees Ksen on the respawn. Yeti, rotation, but it's not the best clear, and it's the Hydras with the opening goal after so much of the Coyotes' pressure.
That one's rough. That's something that you're going to have to come back from. I mean, being down 6-0 is, or being down like 6-1 is one thing, but they played so well, and to not be able to get that goal.
Coyotes, not the start you wanted after having such great pressure and after how game 1 went. Comus left by himself on the offense. Yeti, another dangerous touch. It allows Ksen to come up with another goal. The touches have to be better from Yeti in defense. They just have to be. If you have to keep moving the ball, because those weak touches are just giving the Hydras fuel to the fire.
Yeah, definitely. I've said in some situations, yeah, you want those soft touches, but right now for the Coyotes' lack of ability to generate pressure in the offensive half of the field, they just need to get the ball out of their defensive half before they even begin to think about what they're going to do on offense.
Well, the demo's starting to rain out from the Coyotes. Definitely lets them transition much smoother. Ksen throws another one towards net. Comus has to send it away. Gives it to Yeti. Comus back up for this one. Local misses that touch, so it's Ksen now in a 2v1 situation. Has the space to work with. Takes it up the wall. Looks for the musty flick. Has Yeti in the defense. And will take away from his touch. Now Local moves forward. Leaves it just for the back wall. Just to make some awkward plays for the defense. Ksen with an incredible 50 off the back wall. Comus looks to transition. And that is a name that has been very quiet, and it is not what we say. Comus, I said he was the man on this Coyotes team to keep him going, but he has not had a great first game 1 and 2 yet.
No, not yet. I think that really, I don't think Comus nor Yeti has had a great game 1 or great game 2. Just haven't seen what we know that we can see out of these players. It's been underwhelming. I really do hope that they show up in game 3 and put up a fight. I mean, I know they can.
And right there, that was the best chance that the Coyotes have had all game. Local on the double, just no boost to work with. Sends it high, but the best opportunity that the Coyotes have was just miscommunication. Yeti was going for a bump, but Comus left it in hopes that Yeti would come forward with the shot. So maybe the communication between the boys needs to get stepped up, because right there, it's a perfect pass floater, but Yeti's just too far back and not willing to push it. They need to start taking these chances and going forward, you know, with this game. They need to get aggressive against this Hydras team, because a 2-0 start now, when you definitely, you know, had the most pressure in the start of this game, is not how you want to start the series.
No, I mean, with 17 seconds left like that, I mean, you got it. It's like a hockey game. You're down late. If they score another goal, that's kind of whatever. You're already losing. You need to take that chance to try to score that goal. You get that one back, you could get another kickoff goal. All of a sudden, it's tied. There's 10 seconds left. You can take it to overtime. But to sit back on an opportunity like that, kind of almost with this, not necessarily conscious thought, but this idea that there might be another chance when there's not another chance.
Well, 2-0 down now in the series. Not out of it yet. They still have one more that they can lose, but, you know, that reverse sweep situation, as I mentioned before with the Elite match, is not where you want to find yourself to be, especially against this Hydras team who has convincingly been the best shooting team in the playoff bracket. I would say in the Expert League, but the Monkey stats, they were definitely up there in the season. I think they had the most of 141 going into the playoffs, and then just couldn't follow through with that. But the Hydras, their offense has not been lackluster in the playoff bracket, and Local's already taking shots in 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, if I have it right here, they have 26 shots through these 2 games already. Oh, excuse me, 28. I didn't see the 2. I didn't see the 2 that they've already taken this game.
Oh man, Yeti looking for his teammate in the midfield, but Comus all the way back in their net. Ksen now pushing up. That is over-aggression by the Hydras. They're not going to get punished for it. A bump on Comus delayed the quick counterattack that they would have liked to have. Yeti with the demo, that's what we like to see. And Ksen will just capitalize on a misplay from Comus. Drives it right into the net. This is the kind... It hurts. It hurts. I know where you're going with that. But it's also like, that's kind of like the Coyote style that's starting to form there.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Really, I mean, from what I saw, it looked like Comus just hesitated for a moment. And I think if he didn't hesitate, he could have at least got the 50 on that ball. But that slight delay is, I think, it's just what created that opportunity for the Hydras there.
Comus tries to get it, tries to 50 Local, but that flick was incredible. Ksen to the top right corner, denied by Yeti. I mean, I want to reference. It's kind of crazy how you can reference games to each other, because this reminds, you know, this exactly reminds me of what was happening in the game before with the Huskies versus the Colts, where the shooting is not great from the Coyotes. We know it to be true, and the Hydras are just, you know, punishing them for every mistake that they're making. So, Coyotes, don't go down a third game. A reverse sweep with the way that the Hydras are shooting and the way that you're rotating is not going to be good going forward, especially when Local casually takes out a player, even though the Coyotes' pressure has not been great all series long.
Yeah, it really hasn't, and I mean, from my rough lookings, even then, it's like the only exceptional thing the Hydras have done shooting-wise is simply the volume. They're shooting about, like 30, 33% in there, but Yeah, you know, you're going to score a lot of goals if you're shooting 30% and taking 15 shots in a game.
Ksen was willing to go for a flip reset musty shot.
That's
if that doesn't scream confidence where the Hydras are at right now, I don't know what will. Because that is not something you see in Expert League. Oh, Comus!
Oh, Comus. There he is. Chris, you said it.
Welcome to the Grand Finals, Comus. We're happy to see you. And better late than never. Perfectly executed air dribble, just getting it over that last man. This has been the closest it's been other than the start of the game, so Coyotes build off of this momentum, and that touch is also what's going to do it. Ksen, so fast on his rotation, will get by. Yeti, a little bit awkward there. Ksen, clear it long, and Comus. Not the best first touch. Local tries to move forward, but Comus wins that 50. Ksen, not the best follow-up. Comus, gonna get it in. Tied series, this is already improvements for the Coyotes.
I mean, this is huge improvements. This is the first time that they've been tied with the Hydras when the score wasn't 0-0. So that's big steps forward.
2 minutes to go. Coyotes, they don't want to go to a reverse sweep situation. Comus, pop up. Yeti was looking for the bump. Local, able to 50 that one to safety. Ksen was looking for the bump as well. Tries to create some space for his teammate. And now Ksen, 2v1 situation. He is favored here. Musty flick denied by Yeti, who looks to send it back down the other way. Local in that 2v1 situation. And I gotta be honest, the Coyotes asked me, how do we beat the Hydras? And the one thing I told them was to get Local in a 2v1 situation. Ksen, we know what he can do. He is a monster on both ends of the field. I mean, look at it. Look at how many resets he's going for.
And then he's consistently trying them, and he's getting them. He feels like he knows he can get it. And sometimes that's half the battle, is thinking you can do it.
1 minute to go. Coyotes, this is the closest they have been to winning a game in this series so far. Only thing is, can they actually finish the job? Comus, not the greatest first touch, but Ksen makes a whiff. Allows Comus to keep pushing forward. No boost to his name, though. Gives Ksen the ball right back. Yeti, great pressure, but it doesn't go anywhere. The Hydras always getting that last touch on the ball, preventing the Coyotes from really moving forward with it. And Local puts it back the other way. And all the space that the Hydras have to work with right now, Ksen only backs off because it was a little bit too close to his car. But the Coyotes, once they get past that half-field line, it seems that all of the hard work they did just falls apart.
Yeah, it really does. They're looking great on the defensive side, but yeah, they're just getting the ball across midfield, and suddenly all that aggression and smart challenging on the defensive side just seems to disappear, and there's a lot more unsuredness and hesitancy as to what kind of play that they want to make. This is a nice centering pass. Oh, they're the hardest shots.
They are the hardest shots. They really are, Akbars. I mean, if the Coyotes lose this now, after that beautifully golden platter shot, it's not even silver. It was gold at that point. Yeti,
you don't get timed up.
No way! This is not happening for the Coyotes.
It could all fall apart.
Oh,
right
Yeti,
here.
no! Gives it to Ksen. Local follow-up shot denied by Comus. The Coyotes have had 2 great chances to win this game, and 2 great chances to lose it. Turbo flick? Oh, he can't get around it again for a shot, but the Coyotes, they're putting 100% into this ball on both ends of the field, and it's just a matter of time before one of them falls apart.
Yeah, it really is. They keep peppering it, but let's hope that doesn't come back to bite them. As hopefully the Hydras don't get a quick counterattack off one of those backboard shots.
Oh, and it's Ksen with the shot on target. Yeti has to make a great save and send it away. Yeti, again, follow-up touch. Has the possession. Ksen makes it to the midfield. Comus beats one. Local sitting in net. Shot front post is good. Comus is going to get the Coyotes the first win in this series. And, you know, they should have won it before overtime. But, you know, getting that win is definitely a start.
What that goal there does, that makes up for that one that they missed at the start of at the end of regulation there. Because if you lose that one, that ball rolling up that post is going to just be burned into your memory. And at least now you can take a deep breath and just forget about it because you still won.
I mean, my philosophy is it doesn't matter how you get the win in Rocket League. It's that you get the win. And I guess the Coyotes have adopted that because that was not clean in the slightest. That was probably one of the messiest games I've seen in a playoff match. However, they get the win. And that's where they need to build from because they're not in a reverse sweep situation. They have one under their belt. Can they get a second? Because, you know, if you're a Hydras fan, if you're a Hydras player, you're probably thinking, did we really just let the Coyotes win that way? You know, after how, I don't want to say poorly because it really takes away from what the Coyotes did in that series, but it wasn't clean. They got the win. But should you have let them win that, you know? So we're going to have to see what the Hydras fix, you know? Are they just going to keep pounding away shots at them? Or are they maybe going to let the Coyotes make more mistakes on their own? And Comus,
picking up where he left off.
He has got all the goals for the Coyotes?
I have here... No, Yeti had the goal in the first game. Comus has had all of the others. That's actually also his fourth straight.
All right, so Comus is definitely woken up officially. Welcome back to the FDL, Comus. We're lucky to
start the game on. It's game 4.
Yeah, that false sense of security that the Coyotes gave to the Hydras definitely starting to pay dividends now. Yeti, solo play right here, looks for the air dribble. Doesn't win the 50 on Ksen. Now Comus booming clear. He saw both Hydras players push up a little bit too aggressive. Local, no second touch, gives Comus way to push again onto the half of the Hydras. And now, yet again, Comus. I've said his name too many times, but the Hydras keep giving him opportunities, and they might need to start thinking about putting the ball into Yeti.
Yeah, and honestly, believe it or not, 1 minute and 15 seconds in, and the Hydras haven't taken any shots yet. The Coyotes are somehow stopping this offensive juggernaut, at least for the time being.
And Yeti gets a little bit too aggressive there. Ksen is bullying Comus, but he still manages to recover and get away with the ball. No boost to his name, but Yeti comes in to clean up that aspect of it. Bumps out Ksen. Local with a great rotation to follow it up. Leaves it for Ksen. Now double touch? No, it just hits off the crossbar. Local follow up. Just too wide to work with, and a pinch goes back down the Hydras half. And you know what? Coyotes, this is the first lead they have had in the series, so can they hold the lead against the Hydras? We're entering new water with every single game that goes on in this series. So, you know, is this a matter of Hydras now need to play to the Coyotes, where, you know, maybe they just got really hot in game 1 and now are falling off the train?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think that they maybe need to... oh, wow, what a shot. Yeah, but adapt to the Coyotes because you're going to have to adapt to that. There's no other choice if you want to win. You gotta somehow stop that. Not just the shot, but Comus, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's on a 5-goal streak right now, uncontested and uninterrupted by his teammate. So, I said it. Comus is the one for the Coyotes. You know, I won't take anything away from Yeti. I think he is a great player. But Comus he has been on a different level this entire time. So, you know, what are the Hydras going to do? You want to isolate Comus? Good luck. He's already proven he can avoid your bumps. Well, not that demo, but on defense he can avoid them. And Yeti, he's that little bee that keeps flying around your head that you just, you can't hit because he's just getting in the way just to be there. And right now he is showing why he is that menace to set up Comus for the hat trick.
Dined him up right there. Fantastic pass from Yeti. I mean, it has remnants of that setup at the end of Game 3 there, but they finally make that connection. They're finally coming through on those centered balls and making that attempt at them, and they're being rewarded for it.
Hydras now 0 goals to their name in this one. The Coyotes in firm control of the game. 1:30 to go, and they look to tie up the series. Ksen, flip reset, demo by Local. Doesn't result in a goal. Despite what the Hydras just threw at the Coyotes, they managed to come away scot-free. Yeti, demo on the Ksen. Lets Comus push up for this one. Local, awkward rotation, wanted to play for the boost, and he finally gets it. 50 goes in the favor of Ksen. Has the angle, doesn't have the right touch, though. Now Comus and Yeti, uncontested on the sidewall. Yeti pushed by Local a little bit faster than he might have thought. 1 minute to go. Coyotes, they're only playing for time now. They don't need another goal. And that ends the streak of Comus scoring.
That one snuck in real weird. That was really odd. And to talk about the shooting again, that was the Hydra's third shot. They've really cooled off.
Well, let's see if the Coyotes can keep them at bay going into the rest of this one. Yeti, not the best clear. He does have, I said it in the beginning, those clears have to be a little bit better. But not when you have Comus on his shooting on the other side. It took 2 players from the Hydras to keep him out this time. Yeti makes another touch. Local comes in for the shot. Oh, he plays it under, but it hits the crossbar, and now Yeti can't save it. Ksen to find the second and bring them within 1.
I don't really want to have to pick on Yeti here, but he's got to make some smarter touches out front. That's not the first time in this series that he's made some kind of block or deflection out front where he just didn't kind of just leave the ball teed up in the middle right in front of goal.
It may not be pretty from Yeti, but if they win this one, then it gets the job done. He's the grunt work of this Coyotes team, and Comus being the godfather. We'll see. Can they tie up the series here? It's going to drop, and they will. Coyotes, terrible start to this series. Managed to bring it back, and we're all tied up.
Yeah, they've really turned it around these last 2 games. Hydras kind of really coming back there in the last minute. They had 3 shots in the first 4 minutes, 3 shots in the last minute. Just goes to show you what that offense can do when they want to turn it on. But big ups to the Coyotes for figuring out how to shut it down for so long and bending but not breaking there at the end.
And despite the mistakes that Yeti has made, that is kind of how this Coyotes team works. Yeti creates the chaos. He doesn't. It's not pretty when he touches the ball, and I don't want to sound disrespectful, but that's how Yeti plays. He makes it awkward for both teams, and Comus being able to read him in the end is definitely what the Coyotes have, because Comus knows what Yeti's doing. Yeti knows what Yeti's doing. Hydras are probably yelling at their monitor, what is Yeti doing? And so it kind of gives Coyotes that edge. Now it's whoever wins this game is on match point.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge, especially if the Coyotes can do that too. What that's going to do for their mental, just being down in a 2-0 hole to all of a sudden being a game away from the title.
Absolutely. Game 5? Game 5 underway. Comus looks to start it off. He's got it on the back end of Local. Every goal but one scored is from Comus, and he is doing phenomenal after game 1.
Yeah, on the part of the Coyotes here, yeah, that's the last 4-7. Yeah, he's had the last 7 goals for the Coyotes.
Coyotes just wanted the Brazil score sheet, you know? Yeti's got 1, Comus with 7. Let's see if they can go for the Barca next. Local's going for the fake, but Comus is playing bully. Wow. That is just brutal, and Yeti with the great 50 send it right back down the other way. Shot, Comus, just off. It's an awkward defense from the Hydras. Finally, they're able to push it out of their half. Local to clean it up. Steals the boost, gets out. Comus, 1v1 against Ksen. Ksen just pops it into the middle. Yeti's up for this one. Tries to send it back to Comus, but instead gives it to Ksen. That was a lot of action that happened in a short amount of time. Hydras still looking for that goal. Ksen, shot between both of them is good.
That's a little counter to the run of play there on that one. Just seemed like a miss or two from the Coyotes, and just Ksen putting a shot into an open net. And I mean, it's difficult, but he succeeded that time.
Hydras definitely don't want to lose 3 games straight in this series. That is not how you want to continue this after having such one of the best starts that I've seen in a playoff match. I don't think there has ever been a 6-1 scoreline at the start of game 1. I could be wrong. Fact checkers, Alpha Doggy with your stats, let me know, but the Coyotes definitely riding the momentum here. Yeti with a great 50. Ksen waiting at the midfield. Yeti, another 50 win. Coyotes have been dominating the challenge game. Local fakes Comus on that one. Looks to play it a little bit slower. Now Comus running interference on the Hydras. Yeti just send it back down the other field. Ksen has no one in the midfield. Coyotes trying to regain after being in an awkward setup. Local takes a shot towards net, denied by Comus. That one almost slotting in the top corner. And Comus to get away with murder after that great shot from Local.
Yeah, I mean, again, not to harp on Yeti, and it wasn't necessarily a bad play that he had off the wall there, but that got real dangerous, and Comus had to come in and luckily got that counter-attacking goal. That could have easily been a goal for the Hydras 4 seconds earlier.
No goal for the Hydras, but the challenge game from the Coyotes is what's winning them this series right now. They have not lost many 50s yet. I mean, even right there, Comus 50, it goes right in front of his net, but it's just fast enough that Local can't capitalize on it. Another 50, it pops out middle. Comus isn't able to get back, but that's mostly due to Local just, well, it's not even a 50, it's Yeti's clears, you know? We both harped on him about it. Yeti just needs to get a lot more power off that first touch.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll give him a break on that one. Like, that wasn't necessarily the easiest angle to try to get power on. Had a Hydra right there on top of him, but you still just, you have to do better than that.
Local. No one in support for him. Comus will have to try to transition out for the Coyotes. Pinch sends it back down the other way. Ksen doesn't find the first touch. A pinch. Tries to get it in. Local. That's a great pop-up for him, but gets bumped off his double touch attempt. Comus. We clear downfield. Ksen steals boost from the Coyotes. Yeti looks to take their own corner. Local, great first touch. Looks for the demo on the second. Ksen's coming up with the shot. Yeti, no chance in hell to get that one. Minute 52 to go. Hydras finally with the lead back. It's been forever since they've had it.
Yeah, it really has. It's just that offense is picking up back a little bit, but even then they're up 3-2 and they've taken 7 shots, but the Coyotes are 2 for 2.
Coyotes definitely not having the amount of pressure, but the shot opportunity denied by Ksen. You know, that from some of the other shots Comus has, you would have thought that one surely would have been in.
Yeah,
but denied
I thought he had that.
Ksen. Dangerous pop. Awkward to handle with. Comus comes through, loses the 50, but Ksen. 0 boost to work with. Yeti, too much respect to the Hydras player. Actually results in a Hydras goal.
Yeah, he was sitting back on that one, and I expected him to come out and try to pressure that, close down the angle. He gave him too much room, let him get too close. If you get out a little further, even if he pops it over you, maybe that one pops off the crossbar. From that distance, even if he gets it over you, it's into the net.
Almost zero boost to work with. Almost got a goal off a flick off kickoff. Yeti over one. Ksen has to get it away. 1 minute to go. Hydras win this one. You're on match point. Ksen with a misplay turned into the best save he could have asked for against Comus. Looks to transition into a triple touch. It's off the post crossbar. Any other woodwork wants to get a touch on it. It did. Coyotes. Opportunity on the Hydras half turned into an opportunity on the Coyotes half. Locals getting in on the defense for the Coyotes. Comus tries to do something. 30 seconds to go. Coyotes had a lot of momentum building into this game, but they are not getting the results that they might like now. Yeti and has Comus in support in the midfield. Looks to take it himself. Flick just too weak. No boost to work with. Local now sends it back the other way. There's no defender. Hydras are going to take game number 5 and send us to match point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just still a great effort from the Coyotes. They held it together there for a bit and just kind of fell apart towards the end. The Hydras up to 12 shots now. Just it seems like they found their form, found that streak that's going to let them get a lot of shots on net.
Now, after a 2-game drought, the Hydras managed to find their 3rd. And the only question is now, will they be able to finish it out in 6, or will Coyotes rally back to get a game 7? And I think it's going to have to start on the backs of Yeti to make that happen.
Yeah, I'd really have to agree. Comus has shown up, Ksen's shown up, Local's shown up. It feels like we're just kind of waiting for Yeti to show up to the party. I'm waiting for him to be as good as I know he is. He's been just a little underwhelming. I know he can do better than this. I don't know if it's some nerves, playing in front of the stream in a final. Just feels like he hasn't settled in yet. Even going into game 6.
You make a great point. Playing in front, on stream, in front of people, it's something that's so little that you would think about that just subconsciously makes you nervous, What? It's the same game, it's the same, motions you go through, but it's just the fact that other people are watching that can make you nervous is definitely something that maybe, you're right, Yeti has to overcome. But I know he has been great in the past, and maybe this is the step up that we needed to see.
Oh, well, geez, Yeti, if I had to call you out for you to show up, I mean, I should have did that in game 1.
Well, Yeti, welcome to the party. Better late than never. Your buddy Comus needs you now more than ever. Yeti. That's a great pop into the middle. Comus, respecting Local's touch, he actually backflips and allows Ksen to come in with a shot. Comus takes that first man roll, tries to push it out. Now Local looking for a bump. Comus takes out Ksen instead of getting the clear. Shot denied by the front post. Yeti turns it away. Hydras knocking on the door, but Coyotes not letting them in. Ksen not the greatest clear. Lets Comus just pop it to the back wall, but Ksen, with the recovery, will manage to keep it away for now. Coyotes slowly buying more ground into the Hydras half. Local tries for a shot. Comus actually cuts him off immediately. Doesn't want anything to come out of that. Local sends that one into the middle. Yeti, best shot opportunity he's going to get for the rest of the series.
Yeti's, I mean, in this first 75 seconds here has been on fire. Definitely showing up. Really looking like the first man, but being a very strong second man to Comus still.
Yeti to capitalize on these goals, he may have made the mistakes that costed them a few goals in this series, but being able to capitalize on the Hydra's mistakes is just, that kind of is just as important. Yeti caught flat-footed in the net. Will give Hydras their first of Game 6.
Yeah, I mean, even then, Yeti already has 2 saves. Kind of first one he missed right there, but he's still looking strong. He stopped some good shots too. Those weren't necessarily easy saves that he had.
Comus keeps him trapped at midfield. He's got control. Ksen has to respect the touch of Comus. Not the greatest clear, but Yeti wanted to take his time with it. Local denied him of that. Now looks for the double touch, just way too high off the follow-up. Comus tries to push it into open space. Now Ksen starts the Hydras from ground up. Comus, 50, almost on target. Local is there. And now open net for Comus. There we go. That's the Coyotes classic we love to see.
Yeti's been extremely smart on his challenges this game. They've really been impeccable after that flub that he let in on that last game. His challenges have been fantastic. I feel like that caught the Hydras off guard there, and because that was such an open net for Comus.
Oh, Local. I'm not sure what kind of touch that was, but Local, you're the new Yeti of this series if you keep making touches like that. And that one just given to Comus for free. I mean, no way Ksen is expecting that to come out, so... Coyotes, you've got the lead. You've got way too much time to be comfortable with that lead, but you're on the right side of this to force a Game 7.
Yeah, they are, and Yeti's on a rampage right now. I want to see what he's going to be able to do for the rest of this game if he can keep this up.
Well, a few of the curses that follow us around Akbars in the FDL was the Monkeys never being able to win a playoff match, and Yeet always being denied in the finals. He has lost 2 grand finals now in Game 7 overtime. Can we see another one of his teams be denied when they're so close? Had they lose in Game 7 here to the Coyotes,
Look, we're getting close to fulfilling half of that as far as getting to the Game 7. It'll be up to those 4 in games, or if we get to Game 7, to decide if we want to go to overtime for that one.
Oh, Comus, what a great flick. Right behind the last defender. Minute 30 to go. This is starting to look like a repeat of Game 1, but on the other end.
Yeah, it really is. It's good to see the Coyotes offense clicking. And really, if anything, it's not like the Hydras haven't been too far behind. They've taken 6 shots to the Coyotes' 8, but I mean, the Coyotes getting 5 off of that to the Hydras' 1. Quality of shot there, being able to get it in the net.
Now, is this Yeti stepping up, or is this the Hydras breaking down because they're not playing as fluent as they would probably like to have, but it's also, did they expect this to just be a one and done and, shut out the Coyotes after that performance they had in Game 1?
I mean, I think that it may have been a little bit of that, and to the part about Yeti, I don't think it's necessarily Yeti stepping up as much as showing up and showing us what he can do normally. Like, this is just kind of how Yeti can play when he's having a good day. And I think that caught the Hydras by a little surprise.
Well, it's 6-1. It's the exact opposite of... It's the exact opposite of what happened in Game 1. And now, we're getting that ever so welcomed Game 7. And, the momentum has to be on the side of the Coyotes. I want to say this entire series, other than that start that the Hydras had, that Game 1, but they were not able to transition that destructive offense that they had you know, carrying over that 6-1. They only managed to, what was game 2, 3-0?
Yeah, I have 2-0 on my score sheet here, but I think I may have missed a goal towards the end.
Well, but, you know, a goal in that relative, 2-0, a 3-0, you still shut out the Coyotes, but, you know, you've never had momentum other than that first game. You know, the Coyotes kept it close, and then they managed to win 2 more games after that. So you had the lead, you let them come back, you take it again. The lead is, you know, now that your lead's gone again, it's game 7 where you just got beat 6-1. And I think that matters a lot more than winning 6-1 in game 1.
Yeah, I would have to agree because, again, game 1 was like, that was a long time ago now at this point. For how fast Rocket League is, game 1's kind of almost irrelevant when looking to try to predict this next one. Comus has shown up, Yeti has shown up, and now that Yeti's shown up, he's really providing that support to let Comus shine, and Comus shined very bright in game 6. If Yeti can just repeat that performance 5 more minutes, he's going to be a champion with Comus.
You know, every new game in Rocket League is something else you can change. You know, that this game for the Hydras does not affect what happens in this next one. It only affects the overall outcome, but it's a new start. You know, every kickoff is a new chance for a play. Anything that happens in the play before, irrelevant. So let's see what happens, because that 6-1, it'll be in the back of your mind. It has to be. But if if they don't let that affect them, like, sure, they got lucky in 6-1, whatever you want to call it, luck, you know, they popped off, whatever it is. It was 6-1. Right now, all that matters is when we score more than you now. That's what matters in this moment for the Hydras. But the Coyotes starting off with some great pressure already in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's looking like they're picking up right where they left off, as Comus trying his stuff.
Oh, Ksen gets by Yeti, but just thrown off target from the bump. Yeti looks to follow this one up, but Local beats him to it. Roll up now from Yeti. Local to find Ksen in the midfield. Shot is on. Unsavable from the defense. Hydras. That's a great start for them. 4 minutes to go. Can they keep this momentum building?
You hope. I mean, that kind of looked a little bit like little against the run of play there. So let's see if the Hydras can continue establishing pressure, if it's going to be the Coyotes generating it and the Hydras trying to play a counterattack.
Ooh, Yeti getting a little bit too close for comfort on that one. Comus left the corner boost for his teammate. Now Ksen looking for Local on the side, denied by Comus. Yeti has his teammate on the side. Local now, 2v1 situation. This is what I told the boys they want to do. Flick high, Yeti. Follow-up shot. No, he doesn't make contact. And now back the other way. It's a 2v1 for the Hydras. Comus capitalizing on not the best pass from Local, but Ksen manages to 50 it all the way back into the Coyotes' half. Yeti runs out of boost. Does win the 50, however. And has respect from Local to put a shot on. That's not a great touch. Comus follow-up shot just off target. Coyotes. Oh, Comus scores these doomsy dishes. Nope, Yeti's going to come in.
Yeti's been, in this one, he's continuing, making these smart challenges, good plays. It's what's getting them these goals. He's generating some of these, generating the situations to create those opportunities that make these scoring chances.
Ksen looked for the dunk. Local win as last man. Coyotes have all the time in the world to make this open net work. Yeti will hit the post and Comus will put it in. Coyotes got one for free.
Really, I have to say, Yeti's looking very confident. At the end of last game, it looked like it was a bit cheeky, but looked like he almost tried to musty flick that at the end there. I think he's found his confidence. he's not hesitating on his challenge, and he's going for the ball when he wants to.
And you know, on the flip side, the Hydras seem to be getting a little bit reckless with their challenges. You know, Local on that second goal the Coyotes got. You don't expect the Hydras to be committing to things like that, but Local still went for it, expecting to beat that last man. And the Coyotes, they just keep sending shots towards the Huskies. Or, not the Huskies, the Hydras. They just keep... They're testing the net. Yeti, not the greatest touch. Comus has to defend this one from Ksen. We're all tied up again, and I don't feel like that's the last time I'll be saying that.
I mean, I hope not. I hope you say that when the clock's at 0. That'll be fun.
Oh man, the 0 second to force overtime. Do you believe that?
Oh, I mean, we could get it even if it's already tied at that point. I just want to see overtime game 7. I want some extra Rocket League.
So Rocket League, you can never have too much of it, no matter how much you rage at this game, or mauled, as the current term is. You always come back for more, and Local, he's trying his double touch chances, but Comus already shuts that one down. Looks for the transition out. Yeti was expecting a better pass into the midfield, but that's a great clear from Yeti. We've been waiting all series long for it. Local looked for the front post shot, denied by Comus. And some Hydras threatening offense, really testing the grounds of the Coyotes. What are they willing to do in their defense? Yeti, that's a great first beat, but Ksen had the open net, or the open field on the other side to work with. Comus, he jumps up for this one. Ksen, great flip reset. Yeti, 1v1 against Local, just tries to push it downfield, doesn't try to make anything happen quite yet. Comus, he's up early for this one. 90 seconds left on the clock. Ksen finds Local, pushing it downfield. Yeti, first touch, has space to work with now against Ksen. Local looks for the demo, only bumps out Yeti. 1 minute to go. Comus, shot on target, denied by Local. Yeti, follow up off the post and in. Coyotes with the late goal lead.
I was waiting for him there. On the play before there, when he made that touch into, when Yeti made that touch into the corner, he came from near midfield, and there was no hesitation. He went and did that. There was no hesitation there. That's what got him that goal. He waits any longer. That ball's not in the net. That ball's getting saved.
Local, great insight to just touch that one away. 50, pushes it back out towards midfield. Coyotes have the lead. They just need to hold it now. Time is on their side. Ksen pushes this one down towards Yeti. Yeti looks out for the air dribble. He gets the 50 win. Pushes it even farther down. 30 seconds to go. Looks for Comus. Pop out towards the middle. Local sends it to the side where Comus was waiting after the recovery. Pop into the middle. Yeti doesn't want to commit to it. Comus doesn't want to push too soon. Local did miss the ball. Coyotes have trapped the Hydras in this corner, but for how much longer? Ksen doesn't find a touch there. Yeti pop into the middle. Local up for this one. Hydras need something to go. 10 seconds left. Comus sends this one downfield. Fake challenge. Ksen.
One last run.
50 from Yeti is good. 0 seconds is upon us. Coyotes keep it down, and they will win it in Game 7. Coyotes are your Expert League champions.
Want to give it to Yeti, getting the game-winning goal in Game 7 with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. Struggled most of this series, but he showed up when it counted the most.
And you know, the way that series started did not show how that would have ended. Coyotes, they were never out of it. They battled back every single time they were down. Every lead the Hydras had, they were able to come back, finish out in Game 7, and that is our second champion crown for the night. We will be right back going to the Adept League with the Vipers going up against the Owls. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.